Well, I first fell in love with photography when I was 8 in my Uncle George's bathroom. He had a makeshift dark room, and I remember seeing the first time I saw an image appear in Developer. Then I went to High School of Art and Design, which was really the high school of graffiti and breakdancing in the 80s. And all the graffiti writers and breakdancers that are famous now for doing their thing were at Art and Design with me. So they're like, hey, Lisa, take pictures of me, let's go take pictures. And then there it went from there. It was a much different time then. My photographs were much different. You know, there was a rawness, kind of wild, raw intimacy. You know, it was like, I had my 2 Leicas, one was for black and white, one was for color. You know, it was a little bag, I could run around. So I'm like in the scene, little camera, put it back. And back in those days, nobody had cameras, you know, nobody had camera phones. Yeah, it was simpler, it just felt more raw. And now, my work is much more, it's still raw, but there's kind of more of a, you know, sensual sensibility to it. So it's just different time. You grow up, your work changes. I kind of put this work aside for 25 years. You know, I started to direct and be a cinematographer, and everyone kept saying, come on, where's all your photos from back in the day? We want to see them. And I went to my friend Don's house, and he had a scanner, and I started scanning some of the images. And he's younger than I am and a total hip hop head, and he started looking over my shoulder and saying, wait, do you even understand what you have? Are you crazy? And he started flipping out, and I was like, really? Because to me it was like, yeah, whatever, that was just the norm. Because when you're in something, you kind of like, yeah, this is cool, but you don't, I mean, I feel really lucky that I was able to be there and grow up in that period of New York City. You know, when you look at pictures, especially old school pictures of rappers or dancers or whatever, everyone's kind of posing, and these are very open and intimate. And in my work, what I like to bring out, I like more of an intimate of who the person is, and kind of a candid look that you can see in the person and see who they are, and not an image of who they are. And it also talks about the time, because the time it was much more open. It was much more community. So I think that reflects them also, that rawness, that sense of community and creativity. I chose to work with Minor Matters on this book because I know the care that they would give the book, and I know how they cherish art books. They have the strong belief of keeping with the art book. Now in the days of screens and phones, and there's so many ways to look at images now, but they're really keeping to preserve the art book and the quality. And when, especially with photography, when you look at a print, whether it's on a wall or in a book or wherever, it's the quality of the image. And I know that they pay attention to the paper quality and to the ink and to the design. Since this is about a time that is so precious to us and to American history, that I know that they'll treat it with care and that it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book.